Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel where I share my passion for budgeting as well as our debt-free journey. Today I'm coming at you with a video comparing my 2022 January budget to my 2020 January budget. And oh my, what a difference. If you are interested in following our debt-free journey as well as picking up tips and tricks on how we budget in the Hunt household, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that like button, as well as click the notification button so you can follow our journey. All right, let's get to it. So when it comes to our January 2020 compared to 2022, this is how I kind of organized our template just to encounter everything. I do want to share, like, originally back in 2020, this right here is how we organized our budget. And this was actually my husband doing this. I wasn't really into budgeting back then. My passion for budgeting didn't come until after I had my son, and I didn't start until June of 2020. So this is January 2020. This is what we expected for each month, or what we had budgeted, which was $4,828. And then this is what we took in, our budget left, and then we always ended up with a surplus. I don't know, I didn't really fully understand how my husband budgeted, but this is what we have, this is what we're going off of. He did have everything hyperlinked, so that was nice, where I was able to, like, he just downloaded our statement and everything automatically got sorted. But back to the way I organized it. So what we have is our 2022 column, our 2020 column, the 2022%, so this is the percent out of what we took home that we spent, our 2020%, as well as our over and under, comparing each of them. So how much more did we make, how much more did we spend in each category. The interesting thing in this budget was our sinking funds, but I'll get there in a minute. So in 2022 January, we are expected, these are expected expenses for this month, to take home $7,520. In January of 2020, we took home $6,273.23. So right there, we are already taking home about $1,250 more a month, which seems like a lot. That also includes the fact that we had to up our health insurance, and now that we're a family of 3, back in January 2020, I was expecting to have been that May, and now we're a family of 3 and have been a family of 3 for a while. So our tithe is the same, $145. House mortgage and rent, this is a big difference between the two different years. For house mortgage, we now pay around $1,740. That's rounding up from what we pay. We were paying for a 2-bedroom apartment, which was $1,025 before buying this house. So we're looking at 23% of our income going towards our house mortgage now, and 16% used to go to our living expenses. Big shift, besides the house mortgage, also electric and gas, which there we have 3% and 0.5%. We only had to pay for electricity in our apartment as well as internet. So there's a $218 difference. So between these two, plus our trash, we're probably spending about $1,000 to $1,200 more living in the house rather than an apartment, which is basically about what we make difference from back then and now. Our internet, it's $49.95 I believe now. $39.95. It did go up $10 from January 2020 to January 2022. We pay for trash now. We also pay for water and sewer now that we live in a house compared to an apartment. So again, with all these differences between house living and apartment living, we probably spend about our difference more doing that. All right, insurance, we spend $196 exactly, I feel like, but rounding up to $200 because that's how I do my expenses. $163.37. January of 2020 was right before we bought our Outlander, so we went from 2005 Honda CR-V to a 2019 Mitsubishi Outlander, and that difference caused $30 to $40 more on our insurance bill. Groceries, $531.33. So the problem with how my husband used to budget with groceries, which this is one of the big differences. We did not spend $531 on groceries that month. I want to say we probably spent around $300. But my husband, he would just pull everything off of our credit card, or it wasn't even a credit card then, our debit statement. And anything that was classified as like Walmart or sometimes Amazon or Target, anything like that would just go into one category, which would be our groceries category. So if I bought clothes, that would go into the groceries category. Not the best way to budget, so we didn't actually know how much we spent on food. We also did not have an eating out or fast food category, so that also includes eating out and fast food as well. Gas, I budget about $300 a month now, which is probably a little over, but that's okay. Back in January 2020, we spent $186.45. So there we're spending about 3% of our take home. Here we're spending about 4% of our take home. Fun and entertainment, we budget $25, we don't always use it. $0 from a few years ago. So we got about $25 difference there. Phone, $113, we used to pay $107.55. It has gone up because of taxes and such over the last couple months for that. Loans, so I budgeted about $2,910 going towards loans. Here we put $2,651.39. Now that includes our principal, our interest, and that wasn't our Mitsubishi Outlander loan either. So we are putting about $258 more approximately towards loans, but we are also putting more towards principal than interest now because we've paid off a lot of our loans since January of 2020. And then miscellaneous fund, $213.17. That's another, just throw everything in that fund. And normally I budget $100. So for our normal expenses, we have $6,335, $5,094.84. So we have about $1,240.16 more in this category, which is basically about what we pay now for having a house. Coming down to our reserve funds, we didn't have reserve funds back then. So here you can see that in 2022, we put about $100 to both of our allowances. 2020, we didn't do that. If we just felt like we wanted to spend money, we spent money, and we didn't really track it. So yeah, so we never knew if we could spend money, if we couldn't spend money, and that caused a problem. These percentages are wrong though. Why is that much? This should be out of C6. Sorry about that, give me 1 second. So yeah, this is a big difference. We put about 1.3% of our income towards our allowances. Emergency fund was fully funded back then, fully funded not for now. We will be adding more money once we're done with our loans. Health fund, we spent $33.08 out of our health fund, which was about 0% to be honest, out of our original. Now we put $175, at least we are this month. That's gonna drop to $125, I believe, going forward though. Car maintenance, we put $100 a month. We used to just make up money for that. It would just come out of our emergency fund. Christmas and birthday, $250 this month, but if you look back to my old budget, it's gonna go to $100 or $75. My husband and I haven't decided a month. This was just to make positive. Household, we spent $31.02. We put $250 in a reserve fund for household now. And then school fund, I spent $19.31, $25 a month for me in that fund. And then of course, baby category, we did not have. My husband used to get quarterly bonuses. So we would just put the bonus money towards baby things when we got a bonus check. And we were planning on that bonus for paying for all the baby things. And we ended up getting that in April. And then we didn't have any subscriptions or life insurance. We never budgeted for it. We would just have to pay it outright. And then $35 now goes into a sinking fund. So back then, we didn't use a zero-based budget. Basically what was left over went towards my grad school at the time because we were saving up for my grad school. And now we always make sure we have a zero-based budget. We always make sure every single dollar has a category that it goes into. So there you guys have it. The fact that we make $1,200 more and our expenses have gone up, but that's also including health insurance for a family of 3, which we pay $1,000 a month for, and that does not come out, like that comes out of my paychecks because it's through my school district. So in all reality, we probably make almost $2,000 more than we did 2 years ago. And a good portion of that goes towards our loans. We did have an increase of living expenses with buying a house and living in a house, but honestly, that was the best decision for us because we were simply just out of room in our 2-bedroom apartment with Ethan working from home because of COVID. For a time, I was working at home because of COVID, as well as having a little one. So, yeah. All right, there you have it. That was just a quick comparison of 2020 compared to 2022. 2020, we weren't budgeting really. We were just tracking our expenses, and now truly with 2022, we are budgeting, and it was a really good reflection to see how far we've come with our finances, how much more we make because of the work that we have done, as well as keeping track of our loans and just the progress we've made. I've said that 1,000 times, but I keep sitting here going, what progress that I've made with budgeting, as well as with our daily spending, as well as how we are now saving up in our sinking funds. Again, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see our debt-free journey, go ahead and give this video a like, subscribe, hit the bell button, and I will try to post videos weekly. I hope you have a great day. Bye, friends.